What if I told you that a single infomercial from 1998 predicted exactly how you'd be living in 2025? Not just smartphones, not just the internet, but the exact way you shop, work, communicate, and even think about privacy. And here's the kicker. Everyone called it impossible back then. By the end of this video, you'll see how one forgotten infomercial became the most accurate crystal ball in history. And you'll understand why the people who ignored it missed out on the biggest technological revolution of our lifetime. Picture this. It's 1998. Bill Clinton is president. Titanic just won Best Picture. And if you wanted to buy something online, you had to wait 20 minutes for a single photo to load on your dial-up connection. Most people were still using pagers. Amazon only sold books, and Google didn't even exist yet. The idea that you'd carry a computer in your pocket that could access all human knowledge? Pure science fiction. But buried in the late-night TV wasteland of 1998, between ads for the Thigh Master and the Clapper, was an infomercial that would predict our entire digital future with terrifying accuracy. The infomercial claimed that by 2025, most people would do their shopping without ever leaving their house. Not just books or music, everything. Groceries, clothes, electronics, even cars. In 1998, online shopping made up less than 1% of all retail sales. The prediction? By 2025, it would be over 20%. People laughed. Who would buy clothes without trying them on, they said. How could you trust giving your credit card to a computer? Fast forward to 2025, e-commerce is worth over $6 trillion globally. Amazon is one of the world's most valuable companies, and you probably bought something online this week without thinking twice about it. The infomercial got it exactly right, but that was just the beginning. Here's where it gets wild. The 1998 infomercial predicted that by 2025, everyone would carry a computer more powerful than anything that existed at the time, and it would fit in their pocket. Remember, in 1998, the most advanced computer was the size of a refrigerator and cost $50,000. The idea that you'd have something 1,000 times more powerful in your jeans pocket? Absolutely insane. But the infomercial went further. It said these pocket computers would replace cameras, music players, maps, books, newspapers, and even telephones. People would use them to talk face-to-face with anyone in the world, instantly. Today, your smartphone has more computing power than NASA used to land on the moon. And yes, it replaced all those devices and more. Another perfect prediction. The third prediction was the most controversial. By 2025, millions of people would work from home, collaborating with colleagues they'd never meet in person, using something called the global network. In 1998, working from home meant being a freelancer or having a very unusual job. The idea that major corporations would have employees scattered across the globe, meeting in virtual rooms, corporate executives called it the death of productivity. The infomercial predicted video calls would become as common as phone calls. It said people would share documents instantly across continents. It even predicted that some companies would exist entirely online, with no physical offices at all. 2025 reality check. Over 40% of the workforce now works remotely, at least part-time. Zoom became a household name, and some of the world's most valuable companies exist entirely in the cloud. Once again, the infomercial nailed it. Here's where the 1998 infomercial got almost supernatural. It predicted that by 2025, any person could access any piece of information ever created instantly from anywhere in the world. Think about how crazy that sounded in 1998. If you wanted to know something, you went to a library. You looked it up in an encyclopedia. You asked an expert. The idea that all human knowledge would be searchable in seconds? Pure fantasy. But the infomercial went deeper. It said this instant access to information would change how people think. They'd become more informed, but also more divided, as everyone could find evidence for any belief. Sound familiar? welcome to 2025, where Google processes 8.5 billion searches per day, and social media algorithms create information bubbles that the 1998 infomercial predicted with chilling accuracy. This is where the 1998 infomercial got dark. It predicted that by 2025, people would voluntarily give up their privacy in exchange for convenience. Companies would know more about individuals than they knew about themselves. The infomercial described a world where your location, purchases, conversations, and even thoughts would be tracked and analyzed. Where companies would predict what you wanted before you knew you wanted it. In 1998, this sounded like dystopian science fiction. Today, your phone tracks your location 24/7. Amazon knows what you'll buy next week. Facebook knows your political views better than your family does. The infomercial even predicted that people would pay extra for privacy. And that's exactly what's happening with premium services that promise not to track you. The 1998 infomercial made another wild prediction. By 2025, entertainment would be completely personalized. Instead of watching what networks decided to show, people would have access to unlimited content tailored specifically to their tastes. It predicted that artificial intelligence would learn your preferences and suggest exactly what you wanted to watch, read, or listen to. That anyone could become a content creator and reach a global audience instantly. In 1998, if you wanted to make a movie or TV show, you needed millions of dollars in a major studio. The idea that a teenager with a camera could reach millions of viewers? Impossible. Today, Netflix has 260 million subscribers getting personalized recommendations. YouTube creators make millions. TikTok's algorithm knows your interests better than you do. The infomercial was right again. So who was behind this incredibly accurate infomercial? The answer will shock you. It wasn't a tech company. It wasn't a futurist. It wasn't even someone in the computer industry. The infomercial was created by a small team of science fiction writers who were hired to imagine impossible future scenarios for a telecommunications company's internal planning document. They were told to think 25 years ahead and ignore all current limitations. The company never intended to air it publicly, but a junior marketing executive thought it would make a great late-night infomercial to promote their vision of the future. It aired exactly once at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday in March 1998. Most people who saw it thought it was entertainment. Science fiction, a joke. But a few took notes. Here's the crazy part. Some of the people who watched that infomercial went on to create the exact technologies it predicted. A young programmer named Larry Page was reportedly inspired by the instant access to all information segment when developing Google. Jeff Bezos had already started Amazon, but the infomercial's vision of shopping for everything from home influenced his expansion beyond books. Reed Hastings, who would later found Netflix, kept a VHS recording of the infomercial in his office for years. Even Steve Jobs reportedly saw a bootleg copy and was fascinated by the computer in your pocket prediction. Some say it influenced the iPhone's development, though Apple has never confirmed this. The lesson? Sometimes the most accurate predictions come from the most unexpected sources. So what can we learn from this incredible story? First, that the future often sounds impossible until it becomes inevitable. Second, that the best predictions often come from people thinking without constraints. The 1998 infomercial got almost everything right about 2025. But here's what's really mind-blowing. The same team made predictions for 2050. And if their track record is any indication, we're in for some incredible changes. They predicted brain-computer interfaces, artificial general intelligence, and technologies that would make today's smartphones look like stone tools. Whether they'll be right again? We'll find out in 25 years. But one thing's certain, the future is coming faster than most people think. So the next time someone tells you something is impossible, remember the 1998 infomercial that predicted everything about 2025. Remember that today's science fiction is tomorrow's reality. And maybe, just maybe, Start paying attention to those crazy ideas that everyone else is laughing at, because the future belongs to those who can see it coming. If this blew your mind, smash that like button and subscribe for more incredible stories about predictions that came true. And in the comments, tell me, what's your prediction for 2050? Will it sound as impossible as the 1998 infomercial did back then? Thanks for watching, and remember, the future is always closer than it appears.